Are you ready to break free from the chains of financial limitations? Join us on a transformative journey with Nithin Kamath, founder and CEO of Zerodha, as we unlock the secrets to financial freedom, empowering you to live a life of abundance and independence. Get ready to take control of your finances and rewrite your future.
Right from day that when I turned 17 and a half, around that time is when I kind of realized that, being financially independent and having the freedom is really, really important. My dad is, had said that he'll do whatever it is for my education, and everything else I'll have to do it myself. And so that rule was in place. So I had to go and find ways to make a buck. And over time, what is financial freedom? The meaning has changed. When I started, if at 17, if you had come to my house and seen my wardrobe, you would have seen a Porsche, I think a Rolex watch, a house with a swimming pool. I mean, I had like this big posters of these things and saying, this is what I need to get to in my life when I feel that I have achieved financial freedom. But over time, it's changed. It's what financial freedom is changed. I think somewhere over the last 5-6 years, I kind of realized as and when the business did well, as Zerodha did. So firstly, there is no quick money. I mean, and after 15-16 years of struggle, we started making some money over the last 4-5 years. And that's when it kind of, when I had all these material goals, and as and when I started hitting and getting those material goals, I realized that there is no end to this, right? Your luxuries become your necessities, and then you can never achieve financial freedom, right? So at some point over the last, I think 3-4 years, I kind of hit that thing saying, there is no end to this, and I personally have really stopped spending anything materially. I mean, I spend on experiences. I love going on a holiday, or if I'm learning, I want to learn from the best teacher. And I don't mind spending on all of that. But buying like material stuff, buying a car, buying a watch. I mean, I did all of this when I was younger. I mean, maybe 3 years back, I got into a phase when I bought watches, then I bought cars, and I did all of that. But then you kind of realize that there is always something more, right? I mean, if you buy a Rolex, there is a Richard Mille. You buy a Richard Mille, there is a Richard Mille limited edition. There's no end to this. There are enough money traps out there in the world. So I think the idea is to be content and have enough money to sustain your lifestyle for your lifetime. And that really is financial freedom for me. And just knowing that I potentially can do whatever I want to do tomorrow and not have to work for the rest of my life to sustain my lifestyle, right? Because the thing is, if the quality of your lifestyle increases, no matter how much money you generate is not enough, right? I mean, there's always need to. I mean, if you want to, like, say, for example, if someone wants to buy a private jet, he has to go do something more. He buys a private jet, then he wants a Boeing for himself. I mean, there is no end to this material things in life. So I think financial freedom is a lot about just being content. I think is it also about investing in yourself, right? And that you need to start doing early, right? Because just investing in stocks or mutual funds, that's secondary. You can, as long as you have skills, there will always be enough opportunities that come by for you to make a buck, right? I mean, I think it's really when you're young, you need to spend time and effort on yourself, right? Get better, right? And go and try out as many things. Because as you get older, it becomes tougher to go out and experiment, right? I mean, if you get married, you have more commitment, then you have a kid, you have more commitments. Your ability to take risks keep reducing with time. Sometimes I think about it like I maybe don't have... I have this like almost like an ADD of sorts, in the sense I need to constantly keep doing something different. I mean, I like one instrument, I'll go pick up something else. I read, different kind of things and all of that, different kind of sports. And I, over time, I realized that each of these new things that you learn is somehow helps you get better personally. And over time, all of that has a compounding effect. It's very similar to like investing in stocks, right? And of course, investing in stocks, if people have a liking to, is a no-brainer, right? I think, India is a growing country, and one of the only ways I think in this country to beat inflation in the long run is to invest in companies that are doing fast, right? Because otherwise, the trick of getting, being free financially is also to be able to figure out how to make money work for you, right? You're constantly working to make the money, but if you work to make the money and the money isn't working for you, you don't ever get compounding effect, right? As in, like one of the lessons that, I have a 6-year-old, and one of the lessons I'm trying to teach him right now is to, like you need to have that in your head that making money isn't enough. Making money work for you is actually more important than making money, right? So never keep money in savings bank account. Never, it doesn't matter. It could be 10,000 rupees, it could be 1 lakh rupees. So, it could be a lot more. Right? It's about just finding as many different ways possible to make money work for you. If it is investing in stocks, it's investing in stocks. If it's in mutual funds, mutual funds. If it is giving to a fund manager, it's fund manager. But the idea is, you need to always figure ways to make money work for you. That's one of the things. Maybe getting introduced to the stock markets early in my life, that got somehow imbibed in me, so every time I'm constantly thinking. I think the big mistake a lot of folks make is they focus too much about money, right? I think the real focus in life should be around getting better at something, being good at something. Because if you're good at something, money, as many skills as possible. Because I don't think, today's world, you can be like, one of those king of one trade. Today's world is about jack of all trades, and maybe you still have to be jack of all trades and king in one, right? But you have to be jack of all trades. That means you have to experiment in as many different things, read as many different things as possible. And because then see, the thing is, only making money is not enough, right? As in, being able to keep the money is also important, right? Because most people who have made money quickly have also lost money quickly.
Correct.
Right. And because sometimes, you end up making money without skills because of, wrong habits and all of that. And if you follow those wrong habits, you end up anyways losing that money in the long run, right? So really what I think I would want him to learn is around, learn as many different things as possible, understand risk management, right? Because know that you should, if between peace of mind and taking aggressive risk, always, go for the peace of mind side. Because when you take aggressive risk, you're generally, one incident away from losing your financial freedom, or, being in a position where you can't achieve financial freedom for a long time, right? And also what happens is, when you have peace of mind, you're content and all of that, you're not doing anything just for the money, right? You're doing what is right. And generally doing what is right is normally the right thing to do in life, So it's not a world, right? As in, if you're better than someone, money will come to you automatically, right? The real trick is to figure ways to get better than someone. And then once you make the money, it's about keeping the money, right? As in being able to make money work for you. And for that, I think, you have to invest in, businesses. There is, unfortunately, I think, you can't keep money in a bank deposit and hope to, make money work for you, where inflation is more than in early 2000, 2001, when the markets crashed, is when I went bust once. So at that time, I borrowed money from people and I used to trade the markets. And then I kind of lost all my money. Plus, I lost money from whom I had borrowed. So I had to go find myself a job. So between 2001 to 2005, I worked in a call center. And I think around 2002-3, I somehow I had this whole kida that I want to now read for, like go abroad, So this GMAT fees and all of that, right? I think I took a credit card just to pay the fees. It was, I think some 12,500, 13,000. It's so crazy that it took me almost 4 years to pay off that one debt, like to given that pressure. So post 2005-6, I haven't really borrowed a penny from anyone, right? So we, as a business, as a person, so for me, being debt free has been like my topmost priority as a person, even as a business. Even during some of Zerodha's growth, we could have potentially borrowed money to try to grow faster, but we never did it because I knew that, like I earlier said, right? That whole, I want to go back home and sleep well, because then I can get up tomorrow and work hard, right? And personally, I find it very tough to sleep if, I owe someone something. And that's been my personal philosophy, and that's how we've built business Zerodha. Now in the office, so we have this employee loan scheme, right? As in, so we give out loans at like I think 6.5-7% to our team, and a lot of folks come to me asking, should I take loan to buy a house, etc. So usually what I suggest in the context of at least the conversations I have with people on the team is if whatever you're borrowing for, if the money can improve the quality of your life, which eventually means that you can go out and improve yourself, upskill yourself, then go and borrow money, right? So that is, if taking a car can help you get somewhere faster and save you some time, take a car. Building a house is going to give you peace of mind to be in a place and work harder. Take the house, right? If you want to take a course that can upskill you, go take a loan, right? But if you want to take a loan to buy this new mobile phone, right? If you're going to take this house for no absolute reason, just because someone's everyone's buying a house, right? Then I think it doesn't make sense at all. I mean, I think the thing is, what a lot of today's generation doesn't remember is that India had the biggest real estate bull market ever, right? I mean, we have plateaued over the last 3-4 years, and we are most likely going to be there next decade or so. I mean, I can't really see how real estate prices are going to beat fixed deposit rates over the next, say, 5, 10, 15 years.